It's May 12th, 2019. It's been really warm here in Seattle and very sunny too. So there's gonna be a lot of growth. We start here with the trees, and they're looking fine. Right here, let's look at the sizzle frizzle. And right here, from the center, you can see some two shorter leaves. Those are the new growths. So it has started to grow again. I think it's enjoying the sun and the warm weather. So that's a good sign. Gonna keep watering it, of course. And the pineapple looks a little sunburned actually, like right there. But I think overall the plant is fine. These succulents look fine too. And here we have the grape. I've been seeing some growth like this over here. Not too sure what those are, but those kind of looks like flower to me. Like all over the plants. And they're all at like some of the nodes with the little stringy thing. So yeah, we might see some grape flowers and hopefully they'll become grapes. And over here we have the rosemary, looks pretty much the same, and lavender. A lot of new flowers coming up very nicely all over the plant. And right here, if you look closely, you can see a little ladybug larvae right there. So a mouse has been enjoying all the aphids infestation on this plant. So that's cool. Let's look at this hydrangea. Over here we have some flowers that's gonna open pretty soon, and they look kind of pink to me. Saffron, of course, is dying back. Gonna put it away. Snowdrops dying back too. Gonna put it away soon. And calla lily. Look, we have some flowers. Finally. So all of these variety I planted are gonna be purplish. And right here we have one flower and another flower that's gonna open up pretty soon. I'm gonna cut these for indoor, of course. And it looks like it's the variety with the spotless leaves that's flowering. The ones with the spots are, I'm not seeing any flowers. And the ones outdoor, as you can see right here, they're sprouting now. Hopefully we'll see some flower from them as well. But it looks like the ones stored indoors are flowering nicely. All the bulb plants looks pretty much the same, just slowly dying back. So yeah, peony, not too much has changed. And for the mulberry, there's some interesting stuff. Right here you can see another flower right there. And it's kind of all over the plant actually. Like this node over here, there's another flower thing. Some of the nodes doesn't have the same thing, but most of it I think is flowering. So we might get some mulberry fruits this year. We'll see. And here we have the dahlia. Looks like it's doing really well. Not seeing any flower buds yet. But yeah, the leaves growth is pretty nice. And here, as you can see, I moved some of the, not the saffron, the crocus over here. And you can see they're all dying back now. This grape hyacinth too. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep watering them and wait until all the leaves turn yellow. Here we have the lily of the valley. You can see the flowers are now dried up. So it's pretty much done flowering. Just leaves now, and it's gonna die back, I don't know, maybe in a month or two. Blueberries, you can see all the flowers on the floor. It's done flowering now, and it's gonna fruit really soon. Let me show you if we can see some fruits growing in progress. Like this one over here, you can see the blueberry is forming. Like the bottom is kind of getting bigger. And yeah, the tree is mostly leaves now. And here we have the hyacinth. You can see it's dying back like the other bulb plants. The other blueberry plant is doing well. Right here you can see some leaves on this stem. It's damaged by some sort of insect. it looks like slugs to me. If I flip over the leaves, I can see some slug trails. So hopefully it's not black vine weevils. And for the strawberries, it's doing really well actually. You can see all the flowers, and some of the flowers are going into fruit now. This one looks a little deformed, so probably not pollinated completely. And here we just have more of the strawberry flowers everywhere. Right here we have more, and right here you can see a ladybug actually. So it's probably indicating that there's more aphid issues with the strawberry plant. Gonna need more aphids here. And then here we have the hydrangea. This one looks more of a purplish flower to me. We'll see. Usually the color will change a little bit when they open, so we'll need to wait. Catnips are not flowering. I'm gonna trim this guys a little bit. It's getting a little too tall. The raspberry is looking good. You can see this stem over here, it's getting a lot taller. And let's look at the flowers that has faded. Right here, you can see the fruit is incomplete. There's only a few fruit that formed in that one, so the pollination was not good. Here, it's a better formed fruit, maybe not the best. Let's see over here. Yeah, a little better, but you can see it's not fully formed. Need more pollination. And here in the asparagus pot, we have this plant. It looks like some sort of cosmos, could be marigold too, could be cosmos I think. The succulents, you can see they're gonna flower soon. And the asparagus plants are doing well. You can see this big stems over here are flowering. And then the smaller one, like this one over here, looks like it's mostly leaves. It's not flowering. This one too. And then the smallest ones are all leaves. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, it's super tall now. The rhubarb, you can see the flowers are still around. Some of the flowers are actually pollinated and it's forming seed pods, like that one over there. And there's a lot more over the stem, like right here is another seed pod. Rhubarb leaves looking good. Probably gonna harvest some this year. Saffron, you can see it dying back nicely. Potato, it's growing rapidly. A lot more new leaves coming up. Some smaller ones down there are also coming up. And the artichoke plant, leaves spiky, but here you can see the spot over here. That was the slug I killed with some salts, and that could have damaged the leaves a little bit. But you can see the artichoke is sending out more leaves, which is good. And down below here we have lots of tomato plants. I'm gonna transplant one of them. For the indoor garden, the hanging plants is looking good. The spider plant is sending out more flower spikes. It's still going crazy. The prayer plants is looking good. You can see it's sending out more new leaves. And some new flowers, I think. And the Hoya plants is looking pretty much the same. This new leaf is just still getting bigger. And for the orchids and other plants, they're all looking good. You can see the new growth is coming up nicely. No new growth for that one yet. Lady slipper orchid, you can see another new leaf forming from the center. This one is the same thing. Other orchids are doing pretty well. All pretty much the same. And then here we have the phalaenopsis. This node is still kind of swelling still. So I'll be looking out for that. Leaves looking good. Right here we have the staghorn fern. Not too much has changed. Here we have this orchid. you can see that third leaf is coming out nicely from the base. And right here we have some succulents. This Easter cactus, you can see this leaf is infected by some aphids. It's probably from the string of pearls. I don't know why it's such a persistent issue on these plants. And here, just the wandering Jew, another succulent. They're all doing really well. And then plants on water, all looking good. Bird nest fern. And then here we have the prayer plants and water. You can see more roots coming out nicely. So yeah, they're ready for propagation or transplantation to soil.